It's your boy. Today we are at the forum out Inglewood. I can get it, you feel me? I wanted to show another side of LA, you know, down Inglewood, down here in the forum. Sight out, a little windy, it'll do, you know? Another nice day out in Cali. Tap in with my people. I want to thank all the new subscribers, everybody who supported the channel, everybody who sent the cash app, everybody who commented on any video that I did, anybody who's been along with me through this spiritual journey. Just much appreciation, much love to all y'all. You know, had to come down here, get Kawhi some work, you know what I'm saying? You know, had to give him some of that Boulevard 1-2, you feel me? Let him know we ain't nothing to play with. But nah, seriously, you know, just another productive day at the gym. Another day of handling business, running around. And I couldn't give up the opportunity to come down here and bust one up at the stadium. I don't know if you guys can see, but SoFi Stadium right there. Then you got the legendary Q4. But you know, it's just been a beautiful couple days. Living life, enjoying life. Happy to be alive. Happy to spread this love. Happy to spread this positivity. So, everything's been great with me. I hope everything has been beautiful with y'all. I hope everybody is getting out, exercising. I hope everybody is trying to eat healthy, trying to take one step at a time to improve their life, to improve their situation. Hope everyone is taking a step every day to look within and to hopefully become a better version of themselves than they were the day before. Making the proper corrections, whether it be for their mental health purposes, physical health purposes, spiritual health purposes. I won't hold y'all too long because I actually got some more errands to run before it gets too late. But I just couldn't give up the opportunity to come get this good scenery while I was around. And you know, say hello. You know, just wanted to really just touch on something that was on my mind. That is the phrase I hear a lot: as above, so below. And it was like, you know, when I heard this phrase, when I first started to hear this phrase, as I first really started tapping into my spirituality, as I first started grounding, as I first started to sun gaze, as I first started to want to eat healthier and you know, just dig into history, dig into the truth of things, dig into just the meaning of all this life stuff. I started to hear that phrase more and more, and I wanted to kind of understand what was the origins of it and where did it actually come from. And I did, you know, do my research to find that the phrase "as above, so below" actually came from the Emerald Tablets. And if my memory serves me correctly, the Emerald Tablets is probably one of the oldest findings of civilization that had a beautiful impact on mankind as they try to uncover history and uncover the mysteries of the world. And you know, me being a flat earther, because you know, just from the research and the things that I've encountered and the things that I've studied, that I do believe we live on a flat terrain. Something also popped into my mind when I would think of the term "as above, so below." The snow globes would be an image that pops in my head when I heard that phrase. And we all know the snow globes, you know, the little balls. It normally has the glitter or the snow in there. You shake them up and you know, it falls all down. It's normally like a gift shop ornament or something when you go out of town and you know, you just want to get something to bring back that has memories of wherever you were at, and they would normally have like the skyline of that city or something, some sort of landmark or something familiar to that city inside the snow globe, and you would shake it up and you know, get the little effect. You know, normally it would be given to like kids or just something that you would put on the coffee table or something like that, you know, as a collector's item. So something made me want to dig in deeper of the snow globe and its actual origins. And really, the snow globe wasn't always the snow globe. The snow globe was actually called the snow dome. And I found that to be pretty ironic, because as I started to dig deeper into the origins of the snow dome, the snow globe, I see that over the years, which snow that just was like, why would they do that? Were they hitting us with some type of Mandela effect to massage history, to go with their globe theory of what they taught us in school, to point us away from the direction that we actually in a dome and that the terrain is flat, which goes into fitting that term as above, so below, because that term also mirrors the spiritual realm. As in the spiritual realm, so will it be in the physical realm. Or as within you, within your heart, within your soul, within your mind, it will also reflect without into your reality. So if you're feeling like you're shining in the inside and you're confident within yourself and you're happy with who you are and in the things that you are inside, that it will also reflect outwardly. And it could not be mistaken because it would just be a glow on you that couldn't be denied. So I always was thinking like, was the snow dome a representation of discoveries of history that we knew of back then and they tried to hide from us now? Because being as though if the spiritual realm is above us, and every time I thought of the word space, I would think of space as a outer circumference, not something that would be above me, but that would be more around me. It got me to thinking, more into what I would think about the term outer space. I just found it all very intriguing. And, it falls in line with the whole quote-unquote conspiracy theory talk, which is a term that the government came up with to deter people or to fool people away from people who actually knew the truth, as though they were making it up, to make it to deem it a negative term. When you speak to somebody who's actively sharing the truth with the masses that the government don't want you to know, they will label them a conspiracy theorist, that they're actually making up something that's the truth. And it's like through history, we have seen so many things show us, man, that's a big ass one. Wow, show us. Man, that plane big as hell. But yeah, like, I don't know, I just think that when you actually speak the truth Let's see if y'all can see SoFi Stadium back there, right next to the Kia. That's their football stadium. But yeah, you know, that the government would come up with this term to defer people or deter people from wanting to dig into what actual truthers are, people that is exposing truth that they don't want known away from it, and label them crazy or label them whatever they wanted to label them. And it also like relates to the spiritual realm when you try to tell people that you somehow or some way have tapped in to something that can't be seen, that can't be felt, well, that can't be described in a physical realm, because it's something you feel, it's something that it's like an individual journey that everybody, you would have to experience it for yourself. Like it would be something that you know, it's just like something that would be hard to prove to someone who hasn't experienced it, or someone who hasn't been able to go within to that level to understand there is a realm beyond what our physical eyes can see. Because if that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have what they would call a quote-unquote sixth sense. You would just solely rely on the five senses that you're aware of. You know, sight, touch, smell, hearing, you know, all that. But if there was not a spiritual realm, then you would have no belief in intuition. You would have no belief in quote-unquote gut feelings. You wouldn't have no belief in things that you can't explain but you know to be true. And it's like once you've had a chance to talk with God or talk with, you know, your ancestors, or to encounter an angel or have something that they would deem as divine intervention, it would be no way for you to prove that to another unless they have experienced it. But yet, they tell us when they go to church that they experience the Spirit of God, or the Spirit of the Holy Spirit, or that they feel something religious-wise when they're in these environments. And it's like you can't have one without the other. You can't say that God stopped talking to people once the last word was printed in the Bible. Because a lot of the Bible is experiences that people had. He almost crashed. His experiences that people had with encountering angels, with encountering the Lord, with encountering God Himself, or the teacher Yeshua El in its spirit form. If you did not believe in some of these things, you would never believe in a miracle. It was almost like social media, like when people used to be around for things that would happen and it'd be like, yo, you wouldn't believe what happened. You had to be there. Now they got cameras to show you what was going on, that you could feel as though you was there. And you have more, you're more inclined to believe what you saw, because not only were the people there, they also got video proof. So now they started manipulating videos and things of that nature with AI. So how would you be, so that they try to distort that belief by making up shit and computerizing events to the point that you don't know if whatever you're looking at is real or not. So yeah, I don't know, I just felt like I just wanted to talk about that. Because as a person who encountered spiritual warfare and know that something was happening in the spiritual realm with me that eventually made its way to the physical realm, and I had to encounter those things and deal with that war path, or deal with the towers that came with that, you know, the eventual outcomes that needed to happen, the awareness and the unveiling of certain energies that was around me that were causing me the warfare in the spiritual realm, that eventually had to be revealed in the physical 3D realm. And let you know that yes, you will always, you do have gods, you do have angels, you do have ancestors, you do have entities that are fighting for you in a realm you can't see. And if they win that battle there, it will all but reflect down here in the 3D realm. So I just wanted to share that, you know, share my thoughts on that. So I know it's a little scrambled, you know. I didn't have much time to really sit and think on it, but I really wanted to tap in with my people and just, you know, have that conversation, at least put a little bit of a spark in your brain, so that you may come up with your own thoughts on the topic, or your own conclusions of what as above, so below may mean to you, as what within will be without means to you. Do you believe in intuition? Do you believe you have a sixth sense? Do you believe in the mysteries of the snow dome? Do you believe in the discoveries of what our earlier counterparts already knew, and that the powers that be down here don't want us to know? So yeah, man, it's your boy Boom. It's another segment of the Hold Up Show. And I hope that you got something out of this, because that is always the intention. And if you got nothing out of that, hopefully you got some love. Hopefully you got some positivity. Hopefully you got something of that energy given to you just from hanging out from the conversation with me. So enjoy y'all day. I got some more stuff to do. So holler back at your boy. Everybody be safe. Peace.